Google search ads for realtors. That's what we're going to be covering in this video. If you're new here, my name is Jeff Adolfi. I help realtors generate leads themselves, and I also do offer a one-to-one consulting service, so if you're interested, then click the link down below. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So in this tutorial, we're going to learn how to set up a search campaign. This will just be the regular Google ads. So when you search something on Google and then you see a sponsored site, that's what we're going to be doing today. So we'll create a new campaign right here, or you can go to the left side and click on create, then pick campaign. Our goal is to get leads, so that's what we're going to choose. If you have some conversion actions, then you would add them here or remove them. I do have other tutorials on how to get these set up, so if you want those, then go watch that. We click on continue. Then for a campaign type, we go with search. For our goal, we're going to pick website visits, and then you would just put your website here. I'll just grab mine. Then for a campaign name, I'll just call this test. Continue. We'll keep our bidding focus as conversions. Then click next. Now here, we're going to disable display network, but keep the search network. And you could keep this checked, include Google search partners. So this is the only one that we're going to focus on. Now we want to enter our location. I'll put Edison, which is a place in New Jersey. Now here, where it says location options, depending on whether you're running a buyer or seller campaign, you're going to want to change this. If you're running one campaign for both buyers and sellers, then you will pick presence or interest. This is people regularly in, or who've shown interest in your targeted locations. So if you're working with both buyers and sellers and you want to target them with this campaign, then go with this. But say, for example, you only want to work with sellers, then you might want to pick presence because this is people in or regularly in your location. You're only worried about the people in your location that want to sell and either go somewhere else or just move around in that same neighborhood. So this would be sellers only, but if you work with buyers or both, then go with presence or interest. Because where it says who've shown interest in your targeted location, if you're in Houston and I'm in Jersey searching for houses in Houston, then I would be targeted with this because I'm showing interest in your location. But I don't actually live there and I'm not regularly in Houston. If you want people outside of your city, then go with the first one. Or if you don't, go with the second one. Then pick your language. I have it set to English. Audiences, we're going to leave this alone for search campaigns. Leave this as is, leave it off. Leave all of this as is. You don't want to put an end date. Just make sure to monitor it from week to week. And if you ever want to end it, just end it manually. Now we are in the ad group level. If you had put your website in already, Google will get you some keywords by default. So I put my website in and these are the keywords that it got for me. I like to test 10 to 15 keywords at a time. So just save all of these and then only grab 10 to 15 of them. Test the first batch, see what that's like, adjust it accordingly, and then take out keywords and add in keywords as needed. And one important thing about these keywords is that there's 3 types of keywords: exact match, phrase match, and broad match. Exact match would be people searching specifically for lead generation. No extra words, no extended phrases. Exact match means that your ad will come up for this exact phrase, lead generation. And if you want the exact match, you would put brackets around it like this. So this is the most specific you can get. Now, if you wanted broad match, you would just leave it with nothing around it. It would just be lead generation, and anything remotely related to lead generation, your ad would come up. So this is really broad as opposed to what exact match would give you. And now phrase match is in the middle. To get phrase match, you add quotes. And this is the one I recommend you use. It won't restrict your ad to only lead generation, but it won't be as broad as broad match. So this is like a healthy mix of both. It's not too broad, but it's also not too specific. In order to do that, I would put quotes around every single keyword, and then I would just do it the rest of the way down. And you see here, Google is recommending that I upgrade everything to broad match. This is just going to make you spend more money. Just stick with the phrase match and then test that way. But I will say, when you are excluding keywords, you do want to exclude the exact match. And I'll show you that in the keyword planner. Now, if you want to get more keywords, I'm going to add in a little clip right here just so you see how you can do some additional research. So in order to do keyword research, you want to go to the keyword planner. So to get there, you go to the left-hand side to Tools, Planning, then Keyword Planner. Then we're going to go with Discover New Keywords. So here to get some inspiration, we can go here and search for our service. So let's put real estate, get results. And also I want to change the location. I'll just put Houston, Texas, the city. Right here, there's Houston, the city, Houston, the region, Houston County. So just pick the one that you want. So we're just going to go with the city. So in order to get a better view, I just moved this up to my monitor. So hopefully it's still clear, but you can see, so we only put in real estate. You could put in other things as well, but just for real estate, these are the keywords that we have. So you could sort by monthly searches. Home has the highest search volume. So you would just go down this list and select the relevant keywords for what you have to offer. Probably all of these would be relevant to you. Like if you can't help with land, then don't pick this one. If mobile homes is not your thing, then don't pick that one. Select whatever you want, copy it here, and then just post it in the keyword section for your ad group. We see over here, top of page bid, there's a low range and a high range. So it could be for homes, it could be as cheap as 32 cents and as high as $3.24. So the quality of your ad will determine how much you're actually paying for this keyword. So this is why you want to be optimizing week after week. Let's just say there was a keyword land. You don't want anything to do with land. You don't want to come up for land. You go to this negative keywords tab, add a negative keyword, and you would put land, but we want that exact match. So we would put brackets around land. So our ads would never show up for land because we're adding it to our negative keywords and we're adding it as an exact match. And then obviously, I didn't publish my campaign, but if the campaign was published, you would just select your campaign and then add this as a negative keyword. And I'll keep these keywords just for the sake of the tutorial. Now this is the ad level. So you see this is what an example ad would look like right here in the middle. So we can add headlines to the ad. It's good that we include keywords in our headlines if possible. And we want to make them unique and make the descriptions unique. And for the description specifically, this is where you're going to want to include the pain points. So if we scroll down, you can leave this as is. If you have a phone call conversion, then you'd want to add your phone number. If not, just leave as is. I just forgot to take it out for mine. So these are some example headlines if you were a realtor in Houston. The main thing you want to do is include some keywords in these headlines, and you want to lead with credibility and convenience. One nice thing about these headlines is that you have the ability to pin. So, if you click on the pin, you'll see these. You could pin it in any position. You could pin it in only position 1, 2, or 3. So it's really up to you. I would start by pinning one, like your best headline, pin that one. It could be in any position. And if you don't pin anything or you just pin one, the rest of them will show up in a random order. So yeah, I would definitely recommend pinning at least one. Out of this example, I'd pin either this one or this one. So 20 plus years serving Houston, or the free home value calculator because this is a lead magnet. So these would be the ones I would pin if I had to. And just try to get creative. We're constrained to 30 characters, so that makes it kind of tough, but you can use ChatGPT to help you get this down to 30 characters. So you can just give them a list of whatever you want to promote and then have it restructure it for you. Now for the descriptions, you could pin these as well. So I just put these 2 example descriptions in. And same thing applies here. You want to be incorporating keywords. Click on done. So we have our ad created, and let's just go back to see a preview. So this is an example right here in the middle of what our final ad would look like. And we see it just switched. Sell fast, buy smart, free home value calculator. We have our lead magnet in there. Again, here we have our credibility headline and sell fast, buy smart. So these are examples of what Google would show since we didn't pin any headline and we didn't pin any description. As far as budget, we want to select a custom budget. We're local, so it doesn't have to be crazy high like 110. The more the better, obviously, but I wouldn't go below $10. That's the absolute minimum that I would go with. With Google Ads, both search and YouTube, you don't want to make changes sooner than 7 days. Preferably closer to 10, 8, 9, 10, but definitely not sooner than 7. So no matter what's happening, just let it run for at least a week, then come back and evaluate the numbers, see what changes you want to make, what keywords you want to swap out, things like that. Next. Okay, I have an issue. Let's see what that is. Oh, so you see, Google does have some policies on how you can write the copy. So you see here, it says that I have smart and expert. Now, smart and expert is pretty redundant. So this is why it flagged my ad. So this is something I have to change. Things like that will get flagged by Google and they will not let you publish your ad. They want clean ads, the non-spammy type. Let's see. So I'll just take out this first headline just to get rid of it. Then move this up. So I just took out that first part, the first headline. We have our budget. So now we fix that issue. So that's pretty much it for the search tutorial. And then you could just publish this campaign. One thing I do want to note is for the start date, let's see. For the start date, always start it at midnight the next day. Never start at midday because it's just going to waste money. I don't know about Google, but I know with Facebook, if you start an ad like at 10 p.m., it will spend your whole budget between 10 and midnight with terrible results. So always start it the next day at midnight. I only made that mistake on Facebook. I haven't tried it on Google, but I would not risk it. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helped and happy advertising.